I'm Burton Klein here at CCP TV, the educational channel of the wonderful Community College of Philadelphia. And I just know that the viewing audience is going to like this subject. I just know it. I feel it in my heart. Because the subject is what money can't buy. It's going to talk about things that don't cost anything, nothing. What one can do to make one happy when you don't spend a dime. Wow. If you don't like that, then you're not normal. And I think each of you is normal. Folks, doing for others doesn't cost you 1 cent. But there's a feeling of satisfaction one can get from doing for others. I don't know what I mean by doing for others. Little kindnesses. Isn't it wonderful to have a smile come on someone's face because you were kind enough to do something for them? And again, I shall not define what that something might be. You know, happiness is different for everybody. It might be a winning streak of the Phillies or 76ers or the Eagles. It might be, and I know it would be, a Community College of Philadelphia graduation. I could go on, but happiness different for everybody. Again, doing something for others, as I said just a moment ago. It doesn't cost anything to put on this channel, does it? Now, don't turn me off. Leave it on, please. I'll tell you some other things you might want to hear. Won't cost you anything. But watching Community College of Philadelphia channel, isn't that a wonderful way to learn with the litany of programs that they have during the day? Watching CCP TV, just wonderful. Good health. We have to do some things to make sure we garner good health, or try to get good health, or keep good health. What can we do to maintain good health? Good food. Now, not too much dessert, you know. Not too much, watch me now, although you think I do this anyway, don't you? Exercise. Shine your car. The person speaking today, even though I'm an old, decrepit man, and you can see that, I go to a gym 5 days a week. I shall not mention the name of the gym. Hoping to maintain good health. Just coming down to this channel helps me to maintain good health. Now this sounds crazy. Low humidity. Doesn't cost a dime if there's low humidity outside. And wait till I tell you this one. My bride and I like a temperature of 55 degrees or 60 degrees. Now, we can't govern anything with that, can we? None of us can. Some people love 70 degrees and 75 degrees and 90 degrees and that terrible thing I mentioned before, humidity. But happiness. Doesn't cost anything to have a day with low humidity. Dealing with weather again. Do you know there are some people that like to take a walk in the rain? You might say, yeah, I take a walk in the rain, then I come back home and I get pneumonia. But a walk in the rain can be fun. And it can even be fun if it's not raining too hard, to take a walk in the rain without a you-know-what over your head. A walk in the rain. And related to this humidity thing I mentioned a moment ago, fresh air. Just get out there and enjoy that fresh air. It doesn't cost a dime, does it? And it helps to maintain good health. A doctor will tell you that. Now listen to this one. Maybe you do it already. My wife and I do it all the time. There's a young couple in the mall. I don't know what mall. A mall. Or on the street. And they're rolling their baby in the carriage. Or they're walking their children, one on each arm. And you stop those parents and you go to the kids, hi, ka-choo, make them smile. Seeing little children, adorable little children, and all children are adorable. Did you ever think of writing a note to your next door neighbor? Did you ever think of writing a note to a person you used to work with? Just a note. Hi, Mary. Hi, Tom. Hi, Bill. Hi, Bruce. How you doing? How are things in the family? Just a note to somebody. It lets off some energy. It doesn't cost it. Well, you do have to get the stamp now, don't you? God, you're cheap. You don't even want to spend for a stamp? My goodness, what a terrible viewing audience I have here today. But notes to people. In the same vein of notes, love notes to family members, a significant other, to children, grandmother, parents, a love note to people. It's a wonderful way, doesn't cost a dime at all. And you know, earlier I started off by saying do something for others. Did you ever think if a neighbor does something or gets some recognition of some kind, or you're somewhere and someone does a great thing, you congratulate them. It can be done by a note, it can be done verbally, but congratulate people. Not so that they'll say thank you to you or pat you on the back, although that's nice, it makes you feel well, makes you feel good. But my goodness, congratulate people. It doesn't cost a dime. Oh, now listen to this one. Listen to this one. Nostalgia. The way things were earlier in your life. Now, there are wonderful young folks watching this channel now. Don't be angry at what I'm going to say. You're already angry at me, but don't be angry at what I'm going to say. Nostalgia. There was a time, and my wife and I think of this all the time, when we had dinner together as a family. And then before dinner or after dinner, we all watched television together as a family. And then our parents used to say before dinner to us, go out and play. That was the thing, go out and play. Many of you watching today, some of the people a little younger than I am, everybody's younger than I am, go out and play. And then you got to call dinner time to come in, go out and play. Wasn't it wonderful in the world when there were movies that were clean, movies without sex? Sometimes, you know, even PG-13 movies have something that you wouldn't want your grandchildren to see or your children to see. And then, isn't it wonderful? Don't be angry now at me. Don't be angry. If you're sitting at a table and someone does not have this in their face, they're going like this. Yes, The iPad, nostalgia-wise, didn't used to be that way. People getting beeped all the time. And related to getting beeped, you know, being old, we tend to get beeped a little more than someone else might get beeped. But driving in the car, do you find that you're getting beeped, even if you're a young person, not old like I am? My goodness. And recently, and I might have mentioned this at a previous lecture, we were at a red light on City Avenue. At a light, stopped. We didn't stop abruptly, we were already stopped. And boom, someone comes behind us, because in his face, I saw in my rearview mirror, he had that very thing I mentioned just a moment ago. True friends. You know, true friends are people that you need not even see all the time. But to use common statement, you know they're there. They're there for you. They'll do for you. They care about you just like you care about them. I was out yesterday for a while, and my bride received a phone call from one of the couples that we've been with for many, many years in the field of education. Also fellow teachers. And then they went beyond that, as did we. True friends, we don't see them that often, maybe twice a year, but they are there for us. And now, something about visits. At a previous presentation that you might have seen, a while back, I talked about this group called the Bumper Clowns. B-U-M-P-E-R, clowns. And I don't know how they got that name, Bumper Clowns, but Bumper Clowns are people who go to hospitals. They meet with the doctors. They meet with the nurses. They find out what they can do in room 202. That's where Harry is. You can't make Harry laugh now because that would hurt his incision. But bumper clowns are the people who visit people in hospital rooms. And they wear a clown outfit, funny hats, and a big red nose put on, and funny pants and shirts. They make people happy. They visit people. Now you might say, how can I become a bumper clown? Contact any hospital in the Philadelphia area. Some of those have registered bumper clowns part of their team. You can become a bumper clown, and that hospital will tell you exactly how to do it. Bumper clowns. Another thing that doesn't cost a dime. Don't get angry with what I'm going to do now. You snore? My wife says I do. Sound sleep. Sound sleep. Money can't buy it. And how can you guarantee that you get sound sleep? What creates it? Some of the things I've said to you already can create sound sleep. You have a feeling of satisfaction. Your day was so wonderful. Sound sleep. Not too many people have it, by the way. There are some people, and I don't mean to be crude at all, who have to visit the ladies' room or the men's room during the night. And those people come back to bed and they're asleep in a matter of seconds because they're content. They're content because of some of the things you heard already and some of the things you're about to hear. Now, I'm not a gardener. Many of you are, and you're better off for it. But to go out to that garden and do gardening doesn't cost a dime. Doesn't cost a dime. You don't have a garden? Go out with a paintbrush and repaint that door. Appreciate nature. Go outside and see the beauty of that sky, the feeling of no humidity, the beauty of what's around you can help to make you sleep better and be more content. Yes, indeed. Now, what about a great restaurant? When I say great restaurant, I'm not talking about expensive ones, and they are great, expensive restaurants indeed. You might want to go to a hamburger restaurant where the hamburgers don't cost too much. But what makes for a great restaurant to my wife and me, and to you too, I'm sure, even though you may have never verbalized it, the food comes out hot. The service is a kindly service. If you have coffee, when she comes back to give you the coffee, or he comes back to give you the coffee, they announce, this is decaf now, what you wanted. And they pour it for you. You don't even have to ask for it. A great restaurant. It can be a restaurant that does not cost a lot. But I said before, what money can't buy, and this costs something. Don't be so cheap. You have to spend something, don't you? But a great restaurant. What money can't buy. Now listen to this one. People recognizing you. Oh my goodness. Mary over there. Oh, I saw Mary. I saw Mary on CCP TV last week. She was wonderful. She was on Voices from the Margins. Or Recovery is Well and Good in Philadelphia. I might have the wrong title, but I saw people recognizing you and you recognizing others. And doesn't it make you feel good? It certainly does. If someone recognizes you, not because you're on television, but because you've done something for them in the past. I mentioned that at the outset, didn't I? You sent a note to them. You've congratulated them. And I mentioned those things just moments ago. Now, this is crazy. You get a piece of paper, or you get anything that you can paint on or draw on, and you start to paint a picture. You start to draw. You might say, Burton Klein on CCP TV, I can't draw, I can't paint, who cares? Isn't it a way of expression? Doesn't cost a dime. You get some magic markers, or a pen, and you just start painting a picture. And you'd be surprised what can come out of your mind and come out of that wonderful brain of yours, paint a picture. No talent is needed. Oh my goodness. Time to do nothing. Do you know what people do, some people in this world, particularly people who have pressure type of positions? They plan minutes during the day, some of them periodic, every 2 hours, every 3 hours, every 4 hours, to do nothing. They plan it. They might sit on a chair to close their eyes. They might sit on a chair just to go out and view that garden or the door they just painted, looking out the window. But time to do nothing. What money can't buy doesn't cost a dime. And your well-being would be much better for it. Peace of mind. Now, we've been talking about peace of mind. I just got done talking about it. But how do you get peace of mind? How do you get it? If things in your life are in order, I don't mean lined up necessarily, even though I have a fetish about things being lined up. But if things are in order in your life, people are well, your loved ones love you and you love them, no one is sick. Peace of mind, it doesn't cost a dime. And we've talked about many things, have we not, which gives one peace of mind. There's so many ways to learn. There are ways to learn by watching CCP TV. Not watching me, for sure, but all the other programs on CCP TV. Learning can be television. It can be reading a book. It can be talking to a neighbor. There's so many forms of learning. When you stop that little child in the mall with the parents to say, "Coochie coochie coo, how are you?" What a cute child, and wave. What is her name? Allison. Why, I have a niece named Allison. And one word leads to another. It's absolutely wonderful. It's a form of learning. Ladies and gentlemen, once more I am Burton Klein here on CCP TV, the educational channel of the magnificent Community College of Philadelphia. Good day.